Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing well. So the 10-year at 3973. Jerome Powell, I guess, testifying today, spooked not only the bond market, but the stock market, saying that they're going to continue to just bang away at increasing the Fed funds rate as much as necessary to curb inflation. So again, I feel like there's going to be that reaction, which took the yield up and the stock market down until we get the next labor report on 3/10, and then after that the CPI on 3/14. So we'll just see, to be continued, right? So hey, if you do any research on mortgages, if you watch anything, if you watch realtors, if you watch mortgage people or whatever, the conversation starts with, hey, get pre-qualified, right? So I was blessed today to talk to a handful of clients and applications coming in and pulling credit. And the last conversation I had, though, was quite interesting, right? And it was a 30-minute conversation, so just take my time like I do with everybody. Hey, let me hear what your concerns are. Let's see if we can walk you through this, right? And this client calls me and says, hey, I was hesitant to pull credit and get going, but I bit the bullet and I did it. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you did it? You did an application? He goes, no, I pulled my credit. And here's what I've got. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, so now let's talk about your loan and let's talk about your goals and where you're at and what's going on. We talked about all these things that go into it, right? I mean, it was a 29.5-minute conversation, right? So explored a lot of options. At the end, I'm like, okay, so now, we can get into the application. You can text me your email address. I can tell with all my clients that when we start out, and I'll send you an email and I'll include the agent, and we'll just, hey, when you do the application, and, we'll do our best to get you pre-qualified and blah, 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 right? So, but I am going to have to pull credit, but I've already pulled credit. I know you pull credit, but in the mortgage world, the mortgage company actually has to pull the credit, right? In order to run through automated approvals and do all kinds of stuff, get credit looked at, if we're going to do any credit enhancement, it has to be my credit report, right? Yeah, but I already pulled it. Well, I know, but I need to pull it, right? And it wasn't like it was an 850 credit score, right? So, well, now I feel like you're being pushy. Well, I'm not really being pushy. I've been talking to you for 28 minutes. Most people would have talked to you for maybe like 3, right? But I'm here 29 and a half minutes just saying, hey, let's do an application, pull credit, do the application when you want. Just, hey, I'm going to send you an email. You do it when you want, right? We'll follow up in a couple of weeks. And, if you want to do it sooner, do it sooner. No pressure. Well, now I feel like you're pressuring me. Well, if you want a pre-qualification, this is what we have to do. We have to pull credit. We have to get income and asset. I said, there's 3 pillars to getting a pre-qualification: credit, income, and assets. And if I don't have all 3 pillars, the house is a little wobbly. So, well, can you at least tell me what I can afford? I'm like, well, I don't have your income docs. I don't have any income. I don't have any assets. I don't have any credit. I don't have an application. Could you just do the application? If you do the application, then we can get things moving. But I don't know if I want to do the application. But can you tell me? I need more information. Like, what do you need? I need to know how much I can afford. But I don't have your income docs. I can tell you how much I make. That's great. You could, but again, if you really want a pre-qualification that you can hang your hat on, that you can be comfortable with, that is solid, let the mortgage person pull credit, gather your income and asset documentation, and give you a proper pre-qualification. Not just something you're going to bang off the wall and then come back in another day or 2 or a week or whatever and go, hey, now that I have all the information, you no longer qualify for X. It's the way our world goes. So anyways, get pre-qualified up front. Work with a qualified agent. Work with a qualified mortgage person. Get pre-qualified, and don't be so afraid of everything. We're here to help. Have a great day. 404-915-6834. ClickMortgage.com.